If someone forces you to watch porn, say no thank you. Never force someone to watch pornography. People shouldn't sell pornography. People shouldn't distribute pornography. They're now putting in India where they can trace which mobile is accessing child or teen porn. That's like high school girls. And they're beginning to disgrace them across the world so that to discourage people from watching any pornography, but especially teen pornography. All pornography is illegal in India according to the 2008 IT Act, Section 67A. It is 5 years in jail for distributing pornography. So if you send an image through WhatsApp, through Bluetooth or chip swapping, it's 5 years in jail. With the superintendents and commissioners of police and inspectors in rescue, we've conducted now at least 10 raids on 10 different shops where the owner of the shop and the boy, unfortunately young boy, that was selling the porn to the granddads down to the high school year 7 boys, was arrested, and now there's court cases going on for 5 years in jail, 5 lakh rupee fine. I don't want to put anyone in jail, but I am appalled that these videos are being distributed which encourages the kidnapping of young girls for the production of this porn. The average guy, if you're watching like 5 hours of porn a week, that means by the time you get married, if you started in high school, you would have seen almost 100,000 porn stars in this way. Do you think that you will be satisfied with your lifetime lover after you're married? You will be disappointed with her. You will be bored with her. She'll be so sad. She'll try and do everything to please you. She'll cook nicely. She'll dress nicely. But because your expectations are so high, because you've oversaturated yourself with so much of these things, you will not be satisfied when the real thing comes along. Stop watching porn. Put porn blocking software on all your digital devices. It's a digital solution to a digital temptation. It will cut all porn. You may have to be willing to cut off YouTube for a season, but it's well worth it. Porn is a twisted version of relationships. It extols rape and mutilation. It desensitizes guys to the horror and violation of abuse and rape. In India, Mera Bharat Mahan, we have a 1.3% divorce rate. In England now, and America and the Western countries, we have a 60% divorce rate. That means most of the young lovers, after they get married, end up in such disputes that they're separating. The children don't have a mum or don't have a dad now, and they're separated, all the heartache of a separation. And do you know what? Half of the reason for these divorces, or we could say the most common reason, is no longer money, not arguments about the in-laws, not arguing itself. It's one reason. The wife comes home and is not willing to share her husbands with the porn stars. Porn will lead you to get so lustful that you won't be satisfied with your wife. You'll want to go with someone else. You may get caught. My best friend at high school was a good guy. And he came home one day early and he found his wife in bed with another guy. Jealousy gripped him. He grabbed his hunting rifle and he shot his wife's lover. He was put in prison for 10 years. This was my really good friend. He was a good guy. He wasn't a bad guy. I think that it was the lady's fault. She had violated the lifetime covenant of romance and love shortly after them getting together. And so, was it really making love? We have this in the movies today, that they run into bed with someone. Is this really making love? She made love to this guy. He ends up being shot, and her husband ends up getting put in prison for 10 years. No. She was not making love to that guy. She was making hate. Unless love has commitment. You see your boyfriend or girlfriend or your fiance kissing someone else in the park. How do you feel? You go to a party and they're talking to someone else all the time. How do you feel? You know that there is a jealousy in love, which is absolutely right. It should be like that. So then, how can we break this seal between two people? How can we violate it by bringing in thousands of other ladies into our relationship that we're looking at? If you watch porn, you are robbing your lifetime lover, your wife, of the affection that should be hers alone. Those porn stars are destroying marriage, destroying lifetime lovers. They know nothing about sex. The ladies in Iceland recently rose up and they said, we want all pornography blocked in Iceland. And I think this should happen in India. We should rise up, we should campaign until it's completely blocked in India. We wouldn't allow 1,000 naked men or women to run across the streets of India. So why are we allowing millions of naked men and women to run in public in India? The internet is a public place. Little children can access it. We shouldn't have a double standard. If it's not okay for the high school, then it's not okay for the internet. If you want porn on the internet, then what you're saying is it's okay to bring porn stars in to make out in the assembly on Monday morning in the schools. If that's not okay, then it's not okay to have them making out in the internet, because children access the internet. There is no age restriction. They can access it completely. And the Iceland ladies, the reason why they said they wanted all porn blocked, and by the way, blocking porn is very, very easy, even though there's 50 million pornographic websites, and people say we can't block it. Whenever they're saying that, you have to think, is that person addicted to porn? You see, a normal laptop is 4 gigahertz. That means 4,000 million calculations per second. So 50 million websites to block is not a problem for computers today. Many countries have already done this. Countries that are saying, let's take the right restriction. Make the right restriction. It's not draconian. It's not taking away people's rights. People don't have the right in public to be naked. It's something that's within private, within their houses, hopefully within marriage. There is no double standard here. It's the same standard in public, in the school, should be given to the internet. If the film industry, which is potentially less harmful than the internet, is censored, then how much more should the internet be censored? It is not acceptable. So the ladies in Iceland, they found that their husbands were at first showing them great affection and after their marriage, but then they began to smash them in the face when they were making out, and then they would lose interest in their wife altogether, and they'd wake up in the middle of the night and their husbands, instead of being interested in them, they were on their laptops, on their mobiles. They were in the night getting excited with thousands of other ladies, but not interested in their own wife. Porn ruins romance. I urge you, stop watching pornography. Thank you.